be crooked. There we go. That's straight, right? Okay. Again, if it does it again, that's gonna be it for me, guys. Hi. Sorry, everybody. I don't know what YouTube's problem is. I might need to just start. That's a thought. Lives next week. If this is gonna keep happening, might be like postponed indefinitely. Because this is really annoying. Like, I might need to figure out how to get YouTube live working on the computer. I don't know. You love him? Amazing. Well, anyway, we're gonna make this hat. Then I'm gonna do the gray and blue ones, I think, is what my plan is for right now. My yarn wall looks great. Thank you. I normally use a 5.5 or a 6mm with the blanket yarn. Does anyone else have that issue? Not a clue. Maybe there's a new life before I left. Thank you, Aaliyah. Would you guys prefer it if I dropped it lower? Because if I drop it lower, then you see like my feet. Higher would mean the camera would have to be lower. Thank you so much. So that way my head would be up here, would mean the camera would have to come down here, in which case you would then see the front of the machine and the floor, potentially. It's good. It's good. Yeah, I've never had any issues with this. So if you don't like the chat, close the chat. New income stream with feet. Oh my god. And now my computer's YouTube is frozen. Guys, YouTube is having issues. I don't know if I dare say this. Maybe next week we go live on TikTok. Ugh, that's terrible, but we've had nothing but issues with YouTube Live. Well, but guys, if the lives aren't lasting for more than an hour, which is what it's happened the past 2 times, like I can't keep restarting it. That ends up hurting me in the long run. YouTube doesn't, analytics-wise, even though it's them that's messing up, they don't like it when you do short lives in a row like that. Because this machine is a very expensive machine, and if you go faster, you could burn up the insides. For my cheaper machines, I do, but not for this one. For violating your... Aaliyah, what? No, I'm not talking about, I'm talking about YouTube is having issues. I would post something here to let you guys, and on Instagram. I always post on Instagram, guys, so make sure you check Instagram. It takes a little while, but you're back. I'm sorry, guys. Like, and that's what keeps happening. And then, like, you see how the numbers drop. The numbers drop because YouTube penalizes you when you restart things like that. It's terrible. This is a knitting machine. This is the Addy knitting machine. It is linked in my Amazon storefront. This is a different machine. It's not a new one, but it's just different. The next day was fine. That's so weird. I am making a hat. What size of the hat's adult? Not new, just more expensive. Yeah, no, I've had this machine. This is probably the longest I've had a machine is this machine. Hey, Jen. I only knit hats and ear warmers. Overdid it again? No, Raquel. When I do the electric drill method, how long does it typically take? For hats, like 10 to 15 minutes, not even. But if you go too fast, you will melt either the apparatus, like the handle to the machine, or the insides of the machine, and they'll break. Instead of using a drill, you should use a 4-bolt screwdriver. But even then, it's really easy to break these machines. Have a good night, Vicky. It's so repetitive and relaxing. Oh no. You're welcome. Guys, we've hit 100, so we're just gonna keep on going. I don't know where I thought I put it. It is, it's right there. That other color hat, I have more of that yarn. You think you're clear for weather? Nice. My shoulder's been fine. My shoulder doesn't really normally hurt when I do the machine, but I haven't really been crocheting much, so there's that. Blankets, people don't want to pay for what they're worth, so I don't really make blankets. They take forever. It's not really giving me that many issues. It's fine enough. That's how long they take to make. Yep, exactly. We've got this much left. It's not that much. It'll probably be enough for this hat and then a little bit more on another one. Bags of blankets I've only sold 2. Yep. I made so many baby blankets during COVID. Couldn't sell them. I dropped them down to like 60 bucks. Couldn't sell them. Because I got most of that yarn when AC Moore went out of business, so it was literally just trying to recoup some of my time. Couldn't even sell those. And if you gift it, it ends up being on the photography. Yep. I don't realize it's frustrating. Yep. All right. Hi, Kevin. People will spend more money on other things, but they won't on blankets. They just won't do it. And quite frankly, I don't blame them. I want my $10 throw blankets with the dogs on them that are easier to wash and throw in the machine. Like that, it's just... Yours keeps freezing. I can't help it, guys. If we're gonna keep having problems, I'm just gonna hop off. I'm sorry, everybody. Machine wash and dry. Yep. I did not see your comment. What was it, Jen? It's cute, guys. It's fun. That's fun. All right, so I have a little bit of this black left, so I'm gonna ball this up really quick, because it keeps doing this on me. And I think that this is gonna be enough for another one of the black sparkle hats. Oh, that's why they haven't been on. Gotcha. So yeah, we're gonna just finish balling this up real quick. Then I'm gonna move on to the gray and blue, I think, is what I wanna do next. Yeah. Because I really want those skeins gone. They're really bothering me. They're not even bothering me, I just literally want them gone. Well, I suppose that makes sense. Am I doing? We're doing good, Kevin. Thank you for asking. I'm about to sneeze, guys. Maybe not. Okay. Thought I was gonna sneeze. I don't know what that is. Just saw that, and I have this tote of doom that I've been really avoiding going through. And I'm seeing all these yarns in it, and I'm like, I don't know where these came from. What is that? Oh, that's horrible. You're knitting Christmas colors? That's fun. I'm ready, guys. I'm so ready for Christmas. It's not even funny. Guys, I think I've made this even worse. Didn't think it was possible, but I think I made it worse. A test knit on Christmas colors, so fun. Do I have other favorite crochet channels that I recommend? I like Kelsey, though she does more, I mean, I guess she does crocheting and knitting. She does a lot of knitting, especially recently. Blondie Knots, Hooks and Healers. what was Morgan's? LA Crochet. Nancy at She's Got Yarn 2, 1, The Crochet Addict. They're all great. I don't watch a ton of YouTube, but that's would be my recommendation. Why is this happening? Daughters are losing bet, but Hub's on the way home with Panda Express. Yum. Yeah, but she doesn't really, Crochet Grove doesn't really post on YouTube. She does TikTok. Yeah. If my mom was trying to take a list, she'd have thrown it across the room by now. I'm almost there. I'm just about at that point with this because all right, before I get this too knotted, we're gonna ball up this. Ooh, there's a Grand Slam. This is just twisted up on itself. Like, I don't understand how this got so bad. Okay. Okay. Really? Okay, hang on. He's been a little bit busy with the new job right now, which is kind of why we haven't done a drop. You have fruit flies in your room, you have no clue because there's no trash in your room. It could be near a window, that there is something near a window outside, but normally that means that there's something in the room itself. Okay, guys. I think that's what I'm going to try to do on my birthday. I think I'm going to try to do the 3D printed drop, and then we'll do a ear warmer live sale. That sounds like a good thing to do. Yes, success. Are we ready? Let's go. Hello, hello. I have wanted this yarn out of my stash for so long. I'm so excited that we're actually using it. And it makes a very pretty beanie, but about nothing else. Probably would have made a pretty scarf. The Centro did go to the graveyard. Yes, it did. It is in the trash can. I do find it necessary to grease all of the machines. I use Zoom Spout knitting machine or sewing machine oil. I definitely recommend it. What finally broke? The knitting machine. Thinking about getting an Addy. I love my Addy. That's what we're using now. And I don't know if you could tell, it just switched to blue. What is that? The Addy machine is different than the Centro. You do not have to take it apart to grease it with oil. So you should sometimes take it apart to clean it. I have a Knitting Machine 101 video where I show you how to oil the machine. Patrick said the knitting machine sound is triggering. Oh my God, Patrick. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that out. Do you see that like fuzzy? That's a roving piece of that yarn. Terrible. So they're different sizes. The Centro is 40, 48, 22, and 32, I think. The Addie has a 22 and a 46, so it is different. And it's made with better materials. I think it's a higher quality plastic, but it is still plastic. I don't use lithium grease. I use this. Yelled at him when I dropped a stitch trying to crank out hats. Oh. I have new Centros all ready to go. I just gotta break them out. Guys, we're only at 70. Do I find my Addie like certain yarns better than others? My Addie is less picky. Does that mean they break kind of often? I use my machine in ways that the machines are not meant to be used. So I'm using them basically for commercial output, whereas they're meant to be a kid's toy. So mine, I typically get about like 300 ear warmers through a machine before it breaks, or before I call it quits with a machine and open up a new one. Guys, I'm getting hungry. There is not a certain speed you have to keep up. No, I could go slower if I wanted to. I could go faster. I don't have a hole in the table. It's just a regular table. I just take really good care of my machines. It doesn't need to go straight down. I've never had to use weights on any of my machines. I just order them on Amazon, or at least they're in my Amazon cart, but I haven't done that yet. Ugh, the fuzzies. This is a knitting machine. We just hit 100, guys. We just hit 100. I am making beanies. Y'all, chat's quiet tonight. Chooks, yeah. I do between 135 and 150 depending on the yarn. It's about to switch back to blue, guys. I think that the Addies do make them big enough. I think people aren't making them long enough, in my not so humble opinion. Because if you, like, they're gonna stretch and they're gonna fit on your head. You just got to make them high enough that they're gonna move out. I don't think 130 is enough. I know people are like, folded brim 130. Yeah, not gonna happen. I have a tensioner like this on it. I also am tensioning by hand on top of that. This is a 5-weight yarn, so I'm making it much looser, but I normally go around 135 to 150, and you can get them on Amazon. They're linked to my Amazon storefront. People who say Addie hats don't fit your head, they don't know how to make a hat on the Addie, and they gave up. Everybody wants a quick solution of, oh, I want an exact number to make every single time. Well, not every single yarn is the same, so it doesn't work that way. Thicker yarns are going to take more. Thinner yarns are going to take less. You gotta work with it. And like it also, like, it depends. If you're making it for a man, men have genuinely bigger heads than women do. So you gotta account for that. You gotta make it a little bit bigger. Because the 2-pin difference from Addie to Centro, it's not going to make it so hats don't fit. You just don't know what you're doing. I'm not even looking. Because I've really worked on my machines, you can feel it if you know your machine well enough. You can hear it and you can feel it when it drops or skips or tucks. It's technically tucking, it's not skipping. I have a German block. Exactly. Lurking and crocheting scarf. Amazing. Can you double strand with this machine? I wouldn't. All right. We just hit 146, and I think I'm going to call it quits. No, I'm not. I'm going to 150. $148. $149. $150. We are not trying to break this one. No, no. This is the expensive machine. No, 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 no. This is the newer expensive machine. We're not trying to break this one. Hi, Jack. Say hi and good, Grandma. Thanks, Jack. But like, I'll also spin it around and have all these stitches be live as I take it off. I trust my machine. And it makes a cool texture. That's fun. This one does sound like a better quality. It definitely is. However, like when I was ready to first start buying machines, I was not ready for that price point. And that's okay. You know how many centros I broke before I ended up getting the Addy? And I didn't even buy it. A friend of mine got it for me for my birthday and Christmas. See? That's gonna fit ahead. You just gotta make it long enough. All right, guys. Now, it actually ended in the perfect spot for me to start with this color and end on the other one. So we're gonna use up these two skeins, and then guess what? I still have more of this yarn. So much of this yarn. I have plenty more of this yarn. Absolutely. Have a good night, Bandana Grandma. Stash busting at its finest, right? Gotta fold laundry. Oh God, I've got so much laundry. That took you 16 minutes to make. Thank you for counting. I appreciate that. I'm getting so hungry, but I really want to finish this yarn. I also was supposed to change out of my jeans before I went live, and I didn't do that, and that was stupid. This is Lion Brand Scarfy. I got all this yarn when the Lion Brand yarn outlet closed, so I've had these for like a long time. And then also very soon, I'm going to have to do a completely frog it video because I have so much yarn that literally just needs to be frogged. So like the goal right now, I'll tell you this. I need to play frog or finish with 2 totes and like actually finish the stuff that needs to be finished, right? Then I have in the back over there, a whole bunch of yarn that needs to be wound. And then I have a whole bunch of yarn that needs to be frogged to be wound. So we're going to be doing that. I think I'm probably going to end up doing that before I break out another machine, because I think I'm going to want to do that on this table. It'll just be easier. Yeah. I do not use the machine to make animals. Go change quickly and grab something to eat. Well, I'm just afraid that the video is going to cut out again, and at that point, if the video cuts out one more time, I'm done for the night. Like, that's just it. But so I want to use some more of the yarn that's behind me first, so that way I have a spot to put the yarn once it is frogged and wound. Well, I don't know if it's all knitting machine, or I don't know why it's in there. There's a whole bunch of questions. Sometimes I do frog right into the knitting machine, but other times I can't. Close the yarn behind me, loops and threads. Nope. You just dropped a tray of cookies in your oven. No. Not the cookies. Because I'm at a point where we're doing so good at organizing everything in my house. Like, my house is almost set up. I need to figure out a way to set up this room a little bit better. I think the only really easy way to do that is to keep using the yarn. So, I love your Valari. I love my Valari. Yes, it is almost Valari season. All right. 11:22 p.m. and you're headed for bed. Have a good night. I love it when this happens and you can just color match it right to the next skein. Oh my God, guys, I think Trader Joe's got my chip. I just remembered. I asked Trader Joe's when they were getting my favorite rosemary chips in. I think they said the 22nd, which means that they should have my chips. Do I think I know about how many skeins of yarn I own? Do I think I own over like 4,000 skeins? I have no idea. It's possible. I mean, anything's possible. There's a lot of yarn here, but I don't know. I mean, I bought 400 skeins over 400 skeins from Joann. Including the worsted weight, it's probably well over a few thousand skeins. I have no idea. I've been using a lot too. I have been using a lot. I think for November, we're going to do a how much yarn can we use in November video. I think. Because I need to get in the rhythm of filming for Vlogmas anyway. You can buy it when it's cheap if not his business. Exactly. Oop, it skipped. Hold up. We've hit 100, guys, by the way. On average per month, I use about 150 skeins of yarn. Between 100 and 150. If we're using the knitting machine, it's more. I've done how many skeins can I use in a month, and every time I've done that, it's been over 100. How do I go through so much yarn? It's my job. I crochet, well, I used to crochet 8 to 12 hours a day. I mean, this is my full-time job. I have to. Honestly, I have enough inventory right now for all the craft shows. I'm really not stressing them that much, thank God. I mean, you guys have seen my videos. I haven't been doing a ton. And it's just been adjusting to Ben's new job and this. And, like, so it's just been a lot of work. But, yeah. Too much. Yeah, boring, no. It's never boring. There's always more to do. What? Hello, hello. We're doing good. This all of a sudden just got crazy knotted. Where's the other end? Yeah, there's always something to do. I have so much to do and so much on my plate right now. You see, I called it. I said, where's the other end? That is why this is being such a pain, because the other end was getting sucked around. This would be considered yarn barf, yes. I guess I consider yarn barf when you take it out of like an original skein. Like this was something else. So would you guys consider it yarn barf? You guys can contemplate in the comments. I don't think so. Maybe. Maybe. You guys, I live really far away from most of the family. I'm not going to have them drive 3 hours to come and help me at a craft show. And like, yeah, like I'm on the same sleep schedule Ben's on, so then I get thrown off. It's just going to be hard. Well, I feel like the barf is like when you pull it out of a skein and like that's the barf because it like came out of the skein. I think I'm too literal. There is plenty of things that are worse than trying to untangle yarn, including and not limited to factory knots. I do not sell yarn, no. I rely on Ben too much for my shows for me to even want to do them on my own. I appreciate you guys trying to help me figure it out, but the answer is just no, guys, and it's totally fine, and I'm okay with it, and it is what it's going to be. All right, so we got to 148. Is this at the same point color-wise? No. What about this way? Yeah, we'll crank out 2 more rows. Drink, she said factory knots. Oh, man. Kyle, if you're playing drinking games and you guys are home, I'm gonna go call an Uber. I'll come on over. Oops. You want to laugh at how close I was to being finished with it? That was 150. Are you going? What time are you going? Coffee, Gatorade, tea? Yes, guys. 10-ish. Okay. I'll text you once I get off live. I've never been to Sea Witch. What do I wear? Warm clothes and layer it. Fair enough. This is an Addy. Your Centro broke because you put yarn in it that the machine didn't like and then probably forced it, and that's how they break. You have to, even with the Addy, you have to be cautious of the yarns that you're putting in the machines. The machines are just plastic and they're meant to be kids' toys, so you got to be careful with the machines. Well, I went surfing with Kyle. Stop talking dirty to me. Wawa and Surf Bagel? Stop it. Send me your order. I will. Ta-da. Are we doing Wawa for lunch? Is that what you're saying? What you want? Oh, keep this. Yeah. I love how we just made plans on live. That's hysterical to me. It's cool enough to host dinner. Cool. Cool. Alright. Say less. Guys, I think this is going to be the last one. Mainly because my computer's at 10%. The last had to give about 20 minutes. Yeah, but I had to undo all the shenanigans with that one. We're gonna see how fast we can crank this one out. You love my hair, thank you. You had yarn issues, right? Oh, you're getting a storm, Anna? I'm sorry. Can I do a giveaway or make you a penguin? No. You can buy a penguin on my website. And then the next comment, you're mean. I'm leaving. Bye. Someone forgot to tell Mother Nature it's spring. Am I wrong? Like I crawled out of a dumpster and picked it up. People need to get a life. Would you go into Nike and ask them for a free pair of shoes? No, so don't ask me. Hello. I hope the storm around Texas doesn't get worse and that we keep power. Yes, I hope you guys keep power too. And I hope it does not get worse. To help you, yeah. Oh, there's an entire Reddit thread about me. You want to go read it, you can. I feel like since it's been 2 years since the Reddit rehab, I should go through and read all the comments on like a video. I think it'd be really funny. Oh, because I spent my adult money on clearance yarn and bought out all the clearance yarn and people were pissed off about it. And then went to 2 other Michaels and also cleared those out as well. Thank you. It's a story. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. might do that around Thanksgiving because I'm gonna need some sort of video to post while I'm at my parents' house for the holidays. Oh, well, 135,000 views on YouTube later, and a bunch of angry people on Reddit. That happened. And then some people were like, wait a minute. I think I saw the video you're talking about, and that's not what it was at all. And they're like, she's just gonna buy it and resell it and but it was over 100 skeins, and people got mad that I wasn't saving it for the imaginary customers who didn't get to get it. And quite frankly, the only person who had the right to be upset, I'll call this out right now, the only person who has a right to be upset is the one person who messaged me and said, that was my local one. Do you have a skein of such and such? I need it to finish a project. And I said, abso-freaking-lutely. And there was one other person who was like, I was just sad that you got there before me because that was my local one, but I would have done the exact same thing. So, to which I said, is there anything you need? I'm more than happy to share. So then I didn't tell people when I went on my way up to New York and did the exact same thing at all the Michaels on the way there. So, you know. Am I affectionate? Are you a human? What kind of question is that? You love my shirt. Thank you. Oh, how dare I buy so much. Yeah, and by the way, they're like, you're never going to use it all. All of what I have left is on that one shelf in the other room right now. You wouldn't have found you when I did. Yep. No, the Reddit people don't care because they think that I'm trying to resell it online. I don't think we're on subscriber only, but at this point, this is the last hat anyway, so it's fine. Because my computer's at 9%. And apparently, I now have plans for tomorrow. So I gotta finish editing the video that's gonna go up tomorrow because it didn't go up today. And figure out what project I'm bringing with me for the car ride. Do I have any knitting tips for you? Well, first tip is knitting is spelled with a K, K-N-I-T-I-N-G, T-T-I-N-G. But this is a knitting machine. I don't really knit with needles, so not really. I have 2 or 3 I have a bloopers video for members only. I have a behind the scenes video for members only. I have a video for today of me making the shirt that I wore to Sheep and Wool and the hat. And then I have 3 or 4 visionary journal videos that I need to edit. A lot of editing to do. And I have a lot of shorts to edit too. I have so many shorts to edit. You have trouble spelling? That's okay, no problem. I still have more, guys. This sucks. I thought I was gonna be done. Do some flap flaps or turtles. Not with this. I cry my eyes, Violet Elizabeth Taylor. Tell me for real, do you think it's forever? edit version of that song stuck in my head playing on a loop. Been #1, but I've never had to, and I can't have fun if I can't have you. BMINY, when Hollywood hates me, you're only as hot as your last hit, baby. Playing on a loop, guys. How's my day? My day was good, thank you. I am still alive. Yes, we are. However, we are about to get off because we are done. You level my yarn, thank you. Interesting variegation on this one, but okay. Can I crochet a unicorn? I can, but I'm not going to right now. Not today. Gray with a splash of blue, right? Just on the brim too, like, I don't know, someone will like it. It's fine. All right, well, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with this, but that is not a problem for right now. I love you guys all. Thank you so much for putting up with YouTube being stupid. However, I have to go now because I have things to do tomorrow now, which I have to go do. So I love you all. And I see you later, guys. Bye, 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 bye. Have a good night, everybody. Eat dinner, drink your water, take your meds, go to therapy, stretch, de-shrimp, arms up to the side and back, and good night, everybody. Bye, 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 bye.